Okay, after thinning the apple fruitlets, I've taken it down to a grand total of 22 apples on the whole tree. I've left the Dulgo crabapple. I've left 2 foxwhelp. There's one. There's the other. And then I've thinned to 1 per cluster for all of the Cortland apples, which are all over the place. There's some little ones up here. There's a couple down here. Actually, there's a half dozen. Might not be able to see them all. Also got some good news. The neighbor put up a nice wooden fence here. It doesn't shade anything except for a couple of my strawberries, but I really kind of like having a fence there for additional privacy. The grafts. Onto this tree this year, I grafted 2 scions of Hudson's Golden Gem. Here is one that you can see is fully leafed out. The actual graft itself is right behind my finger here. I used the whip and tongue. Oop, there's one of those pesky aphids. I've had a real terrible aphid infestation on this tree while I was on vacation. You can see I've actually stripped a good number of the leaves off because they were totally curled up and destroyed. In others, I've just kind of squished whatever I could, squish the aphids that might be in there, and then I followed that up with a spray of some insecticide, but I try not to use the insecticide if I can help it. And anyways, I was going back to this graft stuff. Now here's another pesky aphid. He's gone. Okay, but anyways, this right here is another graft of the Hudson's Golden Gem that is fully leafed out. I did graft a whole number of scions to my Honeycrisp tree, and none of those took. None. I did what, 4 or 5 grafts on there, and none of them. And in the past 2 years, I also did a bunch of grafts to the Honeycrisp tree, and none of them ever heal for whatever reason. And the Cortland, I have, geez, dang near 100% success rate. It's probably closer to 75%, but it's pretty good. But this is the Honeycrisp tree, which, by the way, I did a little bit of touch-up pruning here just a little while ago, but I really didn't have to do much. There was one huge branch that was growing in the middle of the tree that was shading everything, so I took it out. It looks like it was on the right. It was actually on the left. So, of all the branches you see in there, there was an extra bushy branch coming out that way that got taken out. But anyways, yeah, I had a graft here. It was supposed to come out this way, and it got snipped off. You can see I had one right here. That did not make it. I had to snip her off. But I actually maintained a bud below each one, which maybe that sucked all the nutrients up, but at least I have a branch that I can use now for the Honeycrisp. There were a number of others, but overall I'm very happy with how beautiful this tree is, but I'm not so happy that it still has not fruited, and it's got to be, I'm thinking 6 years old now, and it still has never ever fruited. It's a nice looking tree. Cortland tree is looking okay. It's a little bare, but it'll fill out in time. I always remark about how much blind wood there is in here, but it's starting to fill out a little bit. Here's some tomatoes. We got a few blossoms coming up there. This is my little experiment. I planted 5 apple seeds. Actually, I planted 9 apple seeds, and I accidentally killed a couple of them. But I think 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 9 sprouted, so that's kind of neat. This is the Sweet 16 tree. She's looking good this year. She's looking real good. In the past, I did have a branch coming out kind of that way at the bottom of the tree. I don't even know why I had that. I was kind of maintaining it as an experiment or a nurse branch or something, but I decided to snip that puppy off. And so now I think that has prevented so much nutrients from getting sucked away from the tree that it's actually filling out some now. This tree has struggled because I've tried grafting to it numerous times, and the grafts have never taken, so the branches have been really short on here. But now I'm just not messing with it. I'm just going to let it grow. I'm tying this branch down so that it grows more horizontal. It was growing straight up. I've weighed these down. This one's weighed down with a rock. It works pretty effectively. But yeah, it's 6 feet high now, and it's branching out real nice. So it did have a cluster of blossoms right in here, and none of those did fruit this year, so I'm gonna have to wait another year or two apparently to get any fruit off this tree. It wanted to, but it just didn't work out, and I wasn't here to pollinate it, so you know, manually. The bees haven't been around so much. I think I'm gonna cut this off now.